In this video, we're exposing the shocking truth about what's really in your sugar substitutes. The 12 fake sugar brands you need to avoid immediately. From synthetic laboratory chemicals and chlorinated sweeteners to heavily processed ingredients masquerading as natural alternatives. What you're about to discover might completely change how you sweeten your morning coffee. And here's the good news. Stick with me until the end, because I'll reveal the 5 real sugar brands that actually deliver honest sweetness. Let's separate genuine sugar from the chemical imposters hiding in pink, blue, and yellow packets. 12. Equal Original. Starting at number 12, Equal has dominated the pink packet market for decades, but what you're sprinkling into your coffee is far from natural. Each packet uses aspartame and acesulfame potassium as the sweetening ingredients, both synthetic chemicals created in laboratories. Aspartame breaks down into methanol and phenylalanine in your body, compounds that some studies link to headaches, dizziness, and neurological concerns with long-term exposure. Acesulfame potassium, the lesser-known partner in this chemical cocktail, is 200 times sweeter than sugar and passes through your body unmetabolized, raising questions about its effects on gut bacteria. What makes Equal particularly troubling is the addition of dextrose and maltodextrin as bulking agents. These carbohydrates, often derived from GMO corn, actually spike your blood sugar despite Equal's zero-calorie marketing. The pink packet that promised guilt-free sweetness delivers a combination of artificial sweeteners that your body was never designed to process, along with hidden carbs that undermine the entire purpose of choosing a sugar substitute. 11. Splenda Original. At number 11, Splenda revolutionized artificial sweeteners with its made-from-sugar marketing. But that's where the truth ends and deception begins. The packets use sucralose as the sweetening ingredient, a chlorinated compound created by replacing 3 hydrogen-oxygen groups in sugar molecules with chlorine atoms. This chemical modification makes sucralose 600 times sweeter than sugar, but it also creates a substance that didn't exist in nature until scientists invented it. Recent studies suggest sucralose may alter gut microbiome composition, reducing beneficial bacteria populations that protect your digestive health. What Splenda doesn't advertise prominently is that each packet also contains dextrose and maltodextrin as bulking agents, the same GMO corn-derived carbohydrates found in Equal. These additions mean Splenda isn't actually zero-calorie when you account for realistic serving sizes, and they cause the same blood sugar spikes you're trying to avoid. The yellow packet that promised tastes like sugar delivers a chlorinated laboratory creation with hidden carbs, disrupting both your metabolism and your gut health with every cup of sweetened coffee. 10. Sweet and Low. Moving to number 10, Sweet and Low represents the oldest artificial sweetener on American shelves, and age hasn't improved its problems. The distinctive pink packets list saccharin as the sweetener, a coal tar derivative discovered accidentally in 1879 when a chemist noticed his hands tasted sweet after working with chemicals. Saccharin is 300 times sweeter than sugar, but early studies linked it to bladder cancer in laboratory rats, leading to mandatory warning labels for years until industry lobbying removed them. The controversy never fully resolved, just faded from public attention. Sweet and Low packets also contain dextrose, cream of tartar, and calcium silicate as anti-caking agents, turning a simple sweetener into a multi-ingredient chemical blend. For those of us who remember seeing Sweet and Low at diners and coffee shops throughout our lives, there's nostalgia attached to those pink packets. But nostalgia doesn't erase the fact that saccharin remains a synthetic chemical with a troubling research history. The metallic aftertaste that many people describe isn't imagination. It's your taste buds recognizing something fundamentally unnatural, warning you that this substance doesn't belong in your body. 9. Sugar Twin. At number 9, Sugar Twin tries to compete in the crowded artificial sweetener market, but it brings the same problems as its competitors. The packets list sodium saccharin as the sweetener, a sodium salt version of the controversial saccharin found in Sweet and Low. This variation doesn't solve the underlying concerns about saccharin's safety profile and potential health effects with long-term consumption. Sugar Twin packets also contain dextrose and artificial flavor, adding unnecessary carbohydrates and synthetic flavoring compounds to mask the chemical taste. What makes Sugar Twin particularly concerning is its appeal to budget-conscious consumers who choose it as a cheaper alternative to brand name sweeteners. These shoppers believe they're making a smart financial decision while still avoiding sugar when they're actually consuming the same controversial artificial sweetener with added synthetic flavorings. The white and blue packaging suggests purity and simplicity, but the ingredient reality tells a different story. For adults who've spent decades watching their sugar intake and carefully choosing products they believe support their health, discovering that even budget sweeteners contain problematic ingredients feels like a betrayal of trust. 8. Sweet One. Approaching number 8, Sweet One markets itself as a clean, artificial sweetener option, but clean doesn't mean safe or natural. The listed ingredients include acesulfame potassium, known as acesulfame K, as the sweetening compound. This artificial sweetener is 200 times sweeter than sugar and, like its chemical cousins, passes through your digestive system without being metabolized. Recent research suggests that non-metabolized artificial sweeteners like acesulfame K may interfere with your body's ability to regulate blood sugar naturally, potentially increasing diabetes risk rather than reducing it. Sweet One packets also include dextrose as a bulking ingredient, the same GMO corn-derived carbohydrate that appears in nearly every artificial sweetener packet. This addition means the zero-calorie claim depends on serving size definitions that don't match how people actually use these products. What's particularly troubling about Sweet One is how it positions itself as a newer, better alternative to older artificial sweeteners when it's simply a different synthetic chemical with its own set of concerns. The clean, modern packaging attracts health-conscious consumers who trust that newer products must be safer, when the truth is that long-term safety data simply doesn't exist yet for products this relatively new to the market. 7. Great value. No-calorie sweetener. Private label. At number 7, Walmart's Great Value. No-calorie sweetener proves that store brands cut corners on more than just price. The listed ingredients include aspartame as the sweetener, the same controversial compound found in Equal, with the same concerns about methanol breakdown and neurological effects. What makes store brand sweeteners particularly problematic is the lack of accountability and transparency compared to name brands. Great Value packets also include dextrose with maltodextrin, doubling down on GMO corn-derived bulking agents that spike blood sugar despite zero-calorie marketing. Budget-conscious families often choose store brands believing they're getting equivalent products at lower prices, and for many groceries that's true. But with artificial sweeteners, lower prices often mean lower quality control, less rigorous testing, and ingredients sourced from the cheapest possible suppliers. The Great Value brand carries Walmart's reputation, but private label foods frequently come from contracted manufacturers with varying standards. For shoppers who've trusted Walmart for decades as their neighborhood store, discovering that even the store's own sugar substitute contains the same problematic artificial sweeteners as name brands feels like a betrayal of that trust. 6. Kroger Apriva, with sucralose, private label. Coming in at number 6, Kroger's Apriva brand follows the same troubling pattern as other store brand artificial sweeteners. The listed ingredients include sucralose as the sweetener, the same chlorinated sugar molecule found in Splenda, with the same concerns about gut bacteria disruption. Kroger's version also includes maltodextrin, the GMO corn-derived bulking agent that contradicts zero-calorie claims and causes blood sugar spikes. What makes Kroger's Apriva particularly concerning is how regional grocery chains like Kroger occupy a trusted place in community shopping. For many families, especially those who've shopped at their local Kroger for generations, the store represents reliability and consistency. Choosing the store's private label products feels like supporting that trusted relationship while saving money. But private label artificial sweeteners offer no advantages over name brands except price, while potentially coming from lower quality manufacturing facilities with less oversight. The Apriva name sounds sophisticated and scientific, suggesting advanced sweetening technology when it's simply another sucralose product with maltodextrin filler. Loyal Kroger customers deserve better than repackaged synthetic sweeteners that deliver the same health concerns as national brands, without any benefits beyond a few cents saved. 5. Truvia, spoonable/original. Approaching our top worst sweeteners, Truvia represents a particularly deceptive category. Products marketing themselves as natural when they're anything but. The listed ingredients include erythritol and stevia leaf extract, which sounds plant-based and wholesome until you understand what's really happening. Erythritol is a sugar alcohol produced through industrial fermentation of GMO corn-derived glucose, not extracted from natural sources. While technically derived from biological processes, calling it natural stretches the definition beyond recognition. The stevia leaf extract makes up a tiny fraction of Truvia's sweetening power, with erythritol doing most of the heavy lifting. Truvia packets also include natural flavors, a catch-all term that can hide dozens of chemical compounds created in laboratories. What makes Truvia particularly troubling is how it exploits consumer desire for natural alternatives to artificial sweeteners. The green packaging, plant imagery, and stevia leaf marketing create the impression of a pure, natural product when you're primarily consuming industrially produced erythritol. For health-conscious adults who've carefully read labels and tried to make informed choices about avoiding artificial sweeteners, discovering that so-called natural alternatives are highly processed industrial products feels like another instance of food companies manipulating trust for profit. 4. Stevia in the raw. At number 4, Stevia in the raw commits the same deceptive marketing as Truvia, hiding processed ingredients behind natural-sounding names. The listed ingredients are dextrose and stevia leaf extract, revealing that this product is primarily the same GMO corn-derived dextrose found in artificial sweetener packets. The stevia leaf extract provides the sweetness, but dextrose provides the bulk, making this a blended sweetener rather than pure stevia. This combination means you're consuming carbohydrates that spike blood sugar, defeating the entire purpose of choosing stevia over sugar. What makes stevia in the raw particularly problematic is the in the raw branding that suggests minimally processed, natural ingredients straight from the plant. The raw sugar aesthetic with brown packaging implies purity and authenticity when the primary ingredient is refined dextrose from GMO corn. Many consumers specifically seek out stevia because they've heard it's a natural, plant-based alternative to artificial sweeteners, and they trust the In the Raw brand from seeing sugar in the raw as a legitimate raw sugar product. This brand extension exploits that trust by applying natural-sounding branding to what's essentially a dextrose product with stevia flavoring. For adults who've spent years researching and trying to make genuinely healthy choices about sweeteners, this kind of deceptive marketing represents exactly what's wrong with the modern food industry. 3. Whole Earth Stevia and Monk Fruit Blend. Claiming the number 3 spot, Whole Earth's Stevia and Monk Fruit Blend sounds like a dream combination of natural sweeteners, but the reality is far different. The product is described as a blend of stevia and monk fruit with erythritol, and that last ingredient is the problem. Just like Truvia, this blend is primarily erythritol, the industrially fermented sugar alcohol produced from GMO corn. The stevia and monk fruit extracts contribute sweetness, but erythritol provides the bulk and texture. This product is marketed as a zero-calorie sweetener blend, not plain sugar, yet the natural imagery and wholesome brand name suggests something far more authentic. Whole Earth positions itself as environmentally conscious and health-focused, attracting consumers who prioritize both personal wellness and planetary health. The combination of 2 plant-based sweeteners, stevia and monk fruit, sounds like the perfect natural solution. But both extracts are highly processed, requiring chemical solvents and multiple purification steps to isolate the sweet compounds from the plants. When you combine heavily processed plant extracts with industrially fermented sugar alcohols, you've created something far removed from nature despite the marketing claims. For consumers who've carefully researched natural sweetener options and believe they found the perfect solution in combined plant extracts, learning that the primary ingredient is still processed erythritol feels like another betrayal. 2. Lakanto Classic Monk Fruit Sweetener. Coming in at number 2, Lakanto represents the monk fruit sweetener category that's exploded in popularity among health-conscious consumers. The product description states it is made with monk fruit sweetener and erythritol, revealing the same formula as other supposedly natural sweeteners. Lakanto is sold as a white sugar substitute blend, not plain sugar, but the attractive packaging and monk fruit focus distract from the erythritol reality. Monk fruit, also called luo hanguo, has been used in traditional Chinese medicine for centuries, lending authenticity and ancient wisdom to modern products featuring it. But the monk fruit sweetener in Lakanto bears little resemblance to actual monk fruit. The fruit is processed using industrial methods to extract moghrosides, the compounds that provide sweetness, then combined with fermented erythritol to create a measurable, usable product. The monk fruit extract might make up less than 1% of the final product, with erythritol doing virtually all the actual sweetening work. What makes Lakanto particularly concerning is its premium pricing that suggests superior quality and purity. Consumers pay significantly more than they would for conventional, artificial sweeteners, believing they're investing in their health with a genuinely natural product. The white color, 1-to-1 sugar replacement ratio, and monk fruit marketing create the perfect illusion of a pure, traditional sweetener when you're primarily consuming industrial erythritol. For adults who've watched friends and family members develop diabetes and other metabolic conditions, and who've committed to making better choices with supposedly natural alternatives, discovering that premium monk fruit sweeteners are mostly erythritol represents another exhausting instance of corporate deception. 1. All-purpose in the raw Optimal Zero Calorie Sweetener Blend. Taking the #1 spot as the absolute worst fake sugar brand you can buy, all-purpose in the raw. Optimal represents the pinnacle of sweetener industry deception. The listed ingredients include erythritol, allulose, stevia leaf extract, and monk fruit extract, creating what appears to be an all-star lineup of natural sweetener options. But this combination is explicitly sold as a zero-calorie sweetener blend, and that's where the problems multiply. You're not getting pure plant extracts, you're getting multiple processed ingredients combined in industrial facilities. The erythritol is fermented from GMO corn, the allulose is enzymatically converted from fructose, the stevia leaf extract is heavily processed using chemical solvents, and the monk fruit extract undergoes similar industrial purification. What makes this blend particularly egregious is how it exploits every current sweetener trend simultaneously. Natural sweeteners? Check, there's stevia and monk fruit. Sugar alcohols? Check, there's erythritol. Rare sugars? Check, there's allulose. The In the Raw branding carries over from their legitimate raw sugar product, lending unearned credibility to this Frankenstein combination of processed ingredients. The word optimal suggests that food scientists have perfected sweetening technology by combining multiple natural sources, when they have actually created a multi-ingredient product with unknown interactions and effects. Each ingredient individually raises concerns about digestive tolerance, blood sugar regulation, and gut bacteria disruption. Combining them all together means you're consuming a chemical experiment that no long-term safety studies have evaluated. For consumers who trust the In the Raw brand because they've used sugar in the raw for years as a legitimate natural product, extending that trust to this multi-ingredient blend leads them straight into the most processed, least natural sweetener option on the market. The deceptive marketing, brand exploitation, and ingredient complexity earn all-purpose in the raw. Optimal, the dubious distinction of worst fake sugar brand in America. After exposing the chemical imposters, here's the relief you've been waiting for. These 5 brands deliver actual sugar, the real thing your body recognizes and processes naturally, without synthetic chemicals, laboratory sweeteners, or industrial processing. 5. Florida Crystals Raw Cane Sugar. Starting our best list at number 5, Florida Crystals Raw. Cane sugar proves that real sugar doesn't have to be white and refined. Described as raw cane sugar made from sugar cane grown in the United States, this product delivers sweetness the way nature intended. The sugar is presented as minimally processed raw cane sugar that retains natural molasses, giving it a light golden color and subtle caramel notes that refined white sugar lacks. That molasses content means Florida Crystals contains trace minerals, including iron, calcium, and potassium, that refining strips away. While these minerals aren't present in amounts that make sugar a health food, they represent the difference between a whole food and a processed ingredient. The domestic growing practices mean this sugar comes from American farms following U.S. agricultural standards, not imported from countries with less oversight. For adults who grew up using traditional white sugar, but want something less processed while maintaining familiar taste and texture, Florida Crystals offers the perfect middle ground. The raw cane sugar dissolves well in coffee and tea, bakes reliably in recipes, and provides that straightforward sweetness without any chemical aftertaste or digestive concerns. When you choose Florida Crystals, you're choosing a product that's one step away from the actual sugarcane plant, not dozens of processing steps away. 4. Wholesome organic cane sugar. At number 4, wholesome organic cane sugar delivers certified organic sweetness without compromises. The product is made from certified organic cane sugar, meaning the sugar cane was grown without synthetic pesticides, herbicides, or GMO seeds. Organic certification requires rigorous standards and regular inspections, ensuring that what you're putting in your body hasn't been contaminated with chemicals used in conventional agriculture. Wholesome positions this sugar for standard baking and sweetening as cane sugar, the fundamental ingredient in traditional recipes for centuries. What makes Wholesome particularly appealing is the straightforward simplicity. This is organic cane sugar, nothing more and nothing less. No artificial sweeteners, no sugar alcohols, no stevia extracts, no monk fruit blends, just pure sugar from organically grown sugar cane. For baking, this matters enormously because sugar isn't just about sweetness. It provides structure, moisture retention, browning reactions, and texture that artificial sweeteners can't replicate. Many home bakers who tried substituting fake sugars discovered that their cookies spread incorrectly, their cakes turned dense, and their frostings wouldn't set properly. With Wholesome, organic cane sugar, recipes work exactly as intended because you're using the ingredient that recipes were designed around. The organic certification provides peace of mind that your sugar doesn't carry pesticide residues, addressing one legitimate concern without forcing you into artificial alternatives. 3. Sugar in the raw, turbinado cane sugar. Claiming the number 3 spot, sugar in the raw, turbinado cane sugar represents the product that started the raw sugar revolution in American kitchens. Sold as turbinado cane sugar made from sugar cane, this product is marketed as a pure, natural turbinado cane sugar option with the golden crystals and subtle molasses notes that make raw sugar distinctive. Turbinado refers to the processing method where sugarcane juice is spun in a turbine, allowing the molasses to drain partially while leaving a thin coating on the sugar crystals. This creates larger, golden crystals with more character than refined white sugar. The turbinado processing retains some of the trace minerals from molasses while creating sugar that's still light enough for most culinary uses. Many of us discovered sugar in the raw at coffee shops, where those brown packets stood out from the pink, blue, and yellow artificial sweetener options. Choosing the brown packet meant choosing actual sugar, just less refined than the white sugar we'd grown up with. Sugar in the raw dissolves well in hot beverages, adds a lovely golden color and subtle depth to baked goods, and provides satisfying crunch when sprinkled on muffin tops or cookie surfaces. For anyone who spent years confused by artificial sweetener options and worried about making the wrong choice, Sugar in the Raw offers clarity. It's sugar, real sugar, minimally processed sugar, and your body knows exactly what to do with it. 2. C&H Premium. Pure cane, granulated sugar. Coming in at number 2, C&H Premium. Pure cane, granulated sugar delivers the straightforward reliability that traditional refined sugar has always provided. The ingredients are listed simply as cane sugar, nothing added, nothing hidden. C&H is marketed as offering pure cane sugar products, distinguishing them from beet sugar that dominates much of the commodity sugar market. Cane sugar and beet sugar are chemically identical once refined, but many bakers and cooks insist that cane sugar performs better in recipes and tastes cleaner. C&H has been producing sugar on the West Coast since 1906, building over a century of reputation on consistent quality and purity. For many families, especially those in Western states, C&H represents the sugar their grandmothers used, creating connections between generations through shared ingredients. What makes C&H particularly worthy of recommendation is its straightforward approach. This isn't trying to be raw or organic or minimally processed. It's refined cane sugar, precisely what traditional recipes call for, produced by a company that spent more than 100 years perfecting the process. When you need sugar that dissolves completely in cold beverages, creams perfectly in cookie dough, and creates stable meringues for pies, C&H delivers exactly what you need. There's comfort in using a product that's proven itself reliable across decades. And for adults who've watched food trends come and go while creating confusion about basic ingredients, C&H offers reassuring simplicity and consistency. 1. Zulka Morena Pure Cane Sugar. Taking the top spot as the absolute best real sugar you can buy, Zulka Morena. Pure cane sugar represents minimally processed sweetness at its finest. The ingredients are listed as 100% cane sugar with no additives, no processing chemicals, no anything except pure sugar cane. What sets Zulka apart is the description as minimally processed via squeezing and evaporating cane juice, using the traditional methods that humans have employed for centuries to create sugar. This simplicity means the sugar retains more of the natural compounds present in sugarcane while remaining light and usable for everyday purposes. Zulka's golden color comes from natural molasses, not added back after refining, but simply left in place during gentle processing. The larger crystals provide satisfying texture and sparkle when used in baking or as finishing sugar on baked goods. The pure cane sourcing ensures consistent quality from a single type of sugarcane rather than mixed sources. For adults who remember when ingredients were simple and recognizable, when sugar came from sugarcane, and everyone understood that sweetness had a place in a balanced diet, Zulka Morena represents a return to that clarity. This isn't about choosing between chemical options or decoding artificial sweetener safety studies or wondering whether stevia extract is really natural. This is about using the ingredient that humans have successfully processed and consumed for thousands of years, made with minimal intervention, preserving the character of the original plant. When you choose Zulka Morena Pure Cane Sugar, you're choosing transparency, tradition, and the straightforward sweetness that your body evolved to recognize and process efficiently. There you have it, 12 fake sugar brands loaded with synthetic chemicals, laboratory sweeteners, and processed ingredients, plus 5 real sugar options that deliver honest sweetness without deception. Before your next grocery run, remember, real sugar in moderation beats fake sweeteners with unknown long-term effects. Your body knows how to handle actual sugar. It has no idea what to do with chlorinated chemicals and fermented sugar alcohols. If this changed how you think about sweeteners, hit that like button, drop a comment telling me which sugar substitute you've been using and whether you'll switch, and share this with everyone who deserves to know what they're really putting in their morning coffee. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss content protecting your health and exposing the truth about everyday products. Thanks for watching, and here's to sweeter, more honest choices.